Hi, this is Melissa with Trendy Trinkets, and this is part 2 of our Rosette wire wrap ring. Okay, so now once you have the rosette, now you're going to take your bead and you're going to take your silver plated or sterling silver wire, whichever one you have, and you are going to cut about 1 foot to 1.5 feet of wire depending on how large you want to make this ring. Now once you've cut your wire, you want to make sure that it's nice and stretched out, and then you're going to pull the bead through the wire all the way down to the center. Okay, now you're going to stretch your legs of the wire out and make sure that they're nice and even so the bead falls directly in the center of the wire. So you're going to straighten it out, pull it nice and tight, and then you're going to fish it through the top of the rosette, right through the center. You're going to pull it through nice and tight so it sits right in the center of the rosette, and that way you have no movement from that bead. It just sits right in the middle of it. Now you're going to pull it nice and tight on the back side. Make sure your wires are still nice and straight. You're going to pull the wires apart, and now you're going to grab your ring sizer and you're going to place the rosette on the size that you want to make that ring. And then what you're going to do is you're going to start wrapping one leg at a time. You're going to wrap the bottom leg 3 times around. Okay. And then you hold the other side in place with your fingers. If you notice that I've wrapped it 3 times on that side. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it nice and tight, and I'm going to wrap the other side 3 times as well. Now that it's been wrapped around, I want to make sure that with my fingers I can just pull the wires together on the back side of the ring sizer. So when I pull it off, it's already in the form that it's going to be when I seal the ring with the ringlets. Okay, now here's the tricky part. Slide it off without moving the wires. Okay, now what's going to hold it in place is you're going to take each of those legs that you have there remaining, and you're going to put it through the inside of the ring, and you're going to pull it out the back, and you're going to do that about 3 times. So you're actually going to create 3 or 4 ringlets on each side. You may want to use your pliers or your needle nose pliers to pull them through, so that way you can have them nice and tight and they're even, and it looks like a nice finished product, and you don't have a bunch of wires running around everywhere. Now once you do that about 3 to 4 times on one side, you've got the ring pretty much sealed. So you want to go ahead and do the other side now, and you don't have to worry about having to keep the rest of those wires in place on the back. So you want to do the same thing on the opposite side. You're going to do it 3 times and pull it through. And again, using the needle nose pliers or the wire pliers are really going to help you to pull it nice and tight, so that way each little ringlet comes out perfectly formed, and they're going to be really nice and close to the other ringlets that you've done, so there's no spaces in between. Okay, now that you've got each side secure, now you're going to take your pliers again, and you're just going to very gently manipulate the back wires to make sure that they are one on top of the other. So you're just going to press down very gently, and then the rest of the wire that's left over on either side where you created the ringlets, you're just going to cut them off as close to the edge as possible. And you're going to use your pliers again to push those in, just so that way you have them in and away from your fingers, so it doesn't bother you when you're actually wearing the ring. The reason why I like to use sterling silver wire instead of the silver plated aluminum is because it actually pushes in a little better. It's easier to work with, a little softer, and when you seal it, it feels a lot better on your hand. You see how pretty that looks? Now you can make them in all different sizes. You can make them, to fit on pretty much any finger of your hand. Since this is a fairly large ring, I actually like to wear it on my middle finger. I've actually seen people wear it on their forefinger, and it looks just fantastic. And there you have it. You've got your very elegant wire wrap ribbon ring exclusively by Trendy Trinkets. Thanks for watching.